Hi guys, it's Tom from Normal Digital here. I just wanted to give you a quick video overlook of the N64 emulator running on the brand new Sony Ericsson Xperia Play. If you've not heard of this device yet, it is the latest smartphone from Sony Ericsson. It runs on Android 2.3, which is the Gingerbread OS, which makes it very smooth and responsive, and of course it is the only smartphone in the world that has the PlayStation certified keyboard. It looks very much like a PSP Go. And of course, it's taken the ergonomics and design of that and really brought it to the mobile phone. This includes your trigger keys, your left and right, your up, down, left, right, your PlayStation symbol keys, and your dual analog stick, which is going to be perfect for RPGs and shoot 'em ups coming in the future. So, if I just go to the menu and start up the N64 emulator, got a few selection of games here. So Mario Kart 64 is an all-time classic of mine. Now, I've already done the key mapping. So, those of you who don't know how to key map, I'll show you in a second. So that means that I can control the game natively using the keyboard. I'm just going to show you how well it runs and everything else. Now there is a tiny little bit of lagging in certain bits, but this tends to be in kind of the video sequences and stuff like that. But nonetheless, when you're playing, it runs absolutely beautifully. So I'm just going to show you a quick little race here. So I've got the boost, got my trigger button, so I've got my jump and power slides here, I've got my weapons on the left. And it is nonetheless very smooth, very responsive. So, how do we get the keys to work with it? Well, naturally, I just need to go in the settings. So if I click here, we just go into settings and go to input settings. Now the virtual keyboard I've turned off. Now this is where you have all these keys kind of clogging up the screen and everything else, which is kind of what we don't want, and I guess the point of making this smartphone in the first place. So your analog left, right, up and down is your standard controls. This has natively been programmed, so you don't have to do anything. You'll find there'll be a lot of games on Android market where this keyboard is already working with them. Now we go down to buttons like our C left and C right. Now these were the control camera keys. Not every game used them, but what I've done is for C left and C right, so let's go C left. I've programmed this to be triangle. Now C right, circle. The reason for this is that some games do use them and they are handy to have, such as Mario 64 for the camera. So click start, and it says press a hardware key, so we click start. We push the buttons that we just want natively button in. So A would be X and the B button would be square. Very simple. Now for the trigger buttons, naturally you would assign the left trigger to the left key and the right trigger to the right key. That is not the case, because if you remember the N64 controller, you have the Z trigger. So what we're going to do is put the right trigger on the right key, and then the Z trigger button will be on the left. So now we've got that done. That is how we assign the virtual keyboard to the best experience possible. Now, I'm just showing you Mario Kart. Now I'm just going to leave this game and go into, instead, Star Fox 64. And there's the top of my head. So not every game runs beautifully. You probably saw GoldenEye just there. I have tried GoldenEye. It is still enjoyable and playable, but there is a lot of very detailed graphic scenes in there. As you can remember, it was, for its time, very advanced. So there's lots of emulators out there available with all of this functionality. So I know you can have a SNES emulator, a Mega Drive emulator, a Game Boy emulator, a Game Gear emulator. You can have pretty much anything you want on the smartphones. But obviously, with this, the added benefit is that you've got the hardware already built in to make it run. That's what makes this so great. So by all means, I just wanted to show you this and how it works and how gorgeous it is. The guys have done an incredible job of making the emulator. Sony Ericsson have done an even better job in making this bit of hardware. It is fantastic, very reliable. Battery life is incredible. and I'm very lucky to have my hands on one of these as it is not currently out yet. So I'm just going to finish up by showing you a little bit of Star Fox 64, or Lilac Wars known here in the UK. And if you've got any questions or anything, feel free to visit my website www.normaldigital.com for some more updates and of course some tunes as well. Thanks for watching.
Watch out! Don't be on your tail! Whoa! Help me! Thanks, Fox! I thought they had me. We're entering Corneria City now. Everybody stay alert! You've got an enemy on your tail. Use the brake!